What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm down at Lake Norman Hyundai and we're going to take a look at the all-new 2022 Hyundai Tucson Limited. Huge shout out to them for providing this SUV for me today. Make sure you check out their website. That link is down in the description below. The model that you see behind me is finished off in Calypso Red and it has an MSRP just over $36,000. We're going to start off today's review with what powers the Tucson. Underneath the hood, you'll find the 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine paired with the 8-speed automatic transmission. This makes 187 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque. This model is front-wheel drive. It weighs in right around 3,500 pounds, and it'll do 0 to 60 in the mid 6-second range. It also has a fuel capacity of 14.3 gallons, so you'll expect to see around 26 miles per gallon in the city and 33 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 108.5 inches. Its overall length is 182.3. It has a width of 73.4, a height of 65.6, and its ground clearance measures in just over 7 inches. Now it's time to take a look at the exterior on the all-new Tucson. So I'm going to start off with the headlight design because this is really cool. I love how it flows nicely with the grille, and we don't have a headlight housing that is separated and off by itself. So running from the side markers there, you'll see the high beams along with the 4 horizontal bars for the headlights, and it flows nicely to the black chrome finish on this grille, where you'll also notice we have plenty of cutouts to provide maximum cooling to this engine. You'll see the Hyundai badge right in the center along with a forward-facing camera, and we have all the parking sensors that are just underneath that. You'll also notice too, over on the sides, we have the 4 beams for the fog lights, along with some really nice bodywork that surrounds that, and some air inlets to provide better aerodynamics for this. You'll see there's a really nice trim piece just underneath this, along with some more cutouts in the lower section of the bumper, and some more trim work too, just to add some flair to the front end. And then as we make our way to the hood, you'll see we have 4 distinctive lines running down it, just to give it a clean look. Moving on to the side profile now for the Tucson, I'm gonna start off with these wheels. So we have a really nice set of 19-inch wheels. They're 7.5 inches wide. We have a 2-tone design going on, along with a really unique pattern. I think it matches really well, especially against this red. You'll also notice that we have the body colored side mirrors. The integrated turn signal is right in the middle, along with some more of that trim that you'll also notice extends above the windows as well. And these have cameras underneath them. I'll show that camera system later on in today's video. As we work our way to the roof, this has a full panoramic sunroof. You'll also notice the roof racks are finished off in gloss black. And then what I love about the side profile is the unique shape and the contoured lines that run down the sides. So we have one that starts at the headlights. It goes just under the side mirrors, and you'll see it starts by the lower side skirts, comes all the way up. It breaks off a little bit and then runs above the door handles all the way to the taillight. But you'll also notice too, we have another line at the side skirt here that comes up and meets it nicely. And last up for the Tucson, you'll see this has a body colored spoiler with the integrated third brake light, and the wiper blade is nicely tucked up away there to provide better visibility through this rear glass. You'll also notice the gloss black trim pieces on both sides of that. And then running right through the middle of the power liftgate, we have a connector bar for these LED taillights. So it gives it a great look. I love how we have these vertical bars that are a little bit off-centered just to give it a unique look. You'll see another line that runs right through the middle, and the turn signals are actually mounted down in the lower section of this bumper, where you'll see more of that trim piece that we saw throughout the rest of the exterior just to tie it in nicely. This also has a backup camera. You'll see the parking sensors mounted down there as well. And this has a towing capacity up to 2,000 pounds. So before we move to the interior, there's a few features that I want to show on this key fob. So of course we have lock and unlock, along with being able to open up the power liftgate, but we also have remote start. So if I lock the vehicle and hold this button on the bottom, you will hear it start up. So that is a great feature to see. But this also goes a step farther with the Smart Park. So you'll see there's a button on the left side and the right side here. You can actually move this vehicle using the key fob. So if you are in a tight situation and you can't get in your doors or open them up, just by holding on one of these buttons here, you can actually move it forwards and backwards, and it will stop once you release that button. And you do have to stay pretty close to the vehicle, but you can see no one is in it right now, and I am moving it with the key fob. So that is an awesome feature to see. And so now with the vehicle locked and the key in my pocket, I'll just grab the door handle and you can hear it unlock. And now we can take a look at this door panel, where you'll see there's a lot of nice materials. You can see leather on the armrest. We have a really nice trim piece running across the top, where you also see the memory seating adjustments are nicely integrated into that. We have brushed aluminum on the release handle. You can see all of the window controls and side mirror adjustments. Grab handle is just behind that. This model also has the 8-speaker Bose audio sound system, and you can see there's a good amount of storage space just behind that. As we work our way to these seats now, you can see the black leather along with this brushed aluminum that nicely ties in with the exterior. These are heated and ventilated seats as well. You'll see the really nice inserts running down them, good bolstering support as well. And then down on the side, we have all the automatic controls. And now inside with my foot on the brake, it's time to start it up. And looking at this massive digital gauge cluster, you'll see over on the left side is the miles per hour along with the fuel gauge. On the right side is the tach and the engine temperature. You'll also notice too with that camera system, I can put on the turn signal and you can see what's on the right side of you along with what's on the left side of you. So it provides you with a lot of visibility so you don't have any blind spots. Very nice to be able to see that. And then right in the center, we have a lot of information to go through using buttons over on the right side of the steering wheel. So I'm gonna be using this pages button along with the dial just below that. Where you'll see right now, we have the distance pacing. You can scroll down and look at your attention level. We can also scroll over and look at some more driving information. You have some averages that you can look at along with a timer as well, and then pulling up the miles per hour if you'd like to see it there. You can scroll over and look at a compass. We have TPMS to be displayed. You also have a live readout for the MPG in the lower section of the screen. As we work our way to the steering wheel now, you'll see it's completely covered in solid black leather. Really nice grips on both sides too for your hand positioning. And you'll also notice that this model has steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. They are finished off in brushed aluminum to tie in with the other trim pieces that surround the steering wheel. You'll also notice over on the right side, we have the cruise and adaptive cruise control settings. And then over on the left side, we have volume controls along with Bluetooth and voice commands. And then working our way to the left side, you'll see traction control along with being able to open and close the power liftgate, a dimmer switch for the gauges. And you'll see there's a really nice insert running throughout the door panel. It makes its way to the dash here as well, along with one air vent. And then as we work our way to the center, you'll see two more air vents up top, and then we have the 10-inch screen just below that. So right now, this is one of the home screen settings that it's on. If I scroll over to the right side, now we have all this information that we can go through. So you'll see the map and navigation, being able to put in all of that information. You can see just how large this is, so it provides you with great graphics. You can look at your phone, you can hook up your phone as well, so that's how you can play Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. We have a valet mode along with a quiet mode. You can go through all of your climate control settings, and there's a few other things to go through as well. And you'll also notice we have some shortcuts to those with physical buttons just below that. So you can go into your radio and media, you can pull up your map and navigation. There is a favorites button too, so you can set that up with what you use the most, which is really nice to see. And we have power and volume for the radio on the left side, and then even a setup over on the right side. So you can go through all of this and configure it the way you'd like to. Really simple and easy to go through, yet it provides you with a lot of information. And you'll also notice that the entire surround is finished off in black, so when everything is off, it gives it a great look. You'll also notice too, below that, we have the climate control buttons. So we have the temperature for driver and passenger. This does have a dual zone climate for your front seat passengers. You'll see the fan speed just below that, along with some other buttons that you can use to control all of that. And then working our way below that, you'll see there's a 12 volt along with some USB ports, and we have a good amount of storage space along with a wireless charging pad on the back side. So plenty of room along with the side storage space that you have both on the driver and passenger side. And then just behind that, you will see the heated and ventilated seat controls along with the heated steering wheel. This also has a downhill assist control along with the parking sensors, which you can turn on and off, and a shortcut button to the camera system. So right now by pushing on that, you can see the rear facing camera along with the top down view. If I put the vehicle into drive, now you can see the forward facing camera, and we also have different camera angles as well for the forward facing camera that utilizes those side mirror cameras. And if I put it back into reverse, you can go through those same camera angles as well. So there's even a top-down view. If you're hooking up a small trailer, you can look at that angle there. And then of course we have that top-down view that is always on the right side. You'll also notice just behind those row of buttons, we have the engine start-stop feature along with the drive mode. So you can go between normal, sport, and smart. You'll also notice the gauge cluster change with those different driving modes, which is really nice to see. And then behind that, this is how you go between drive, neutral, and reverse, and park is over on the left side. So it's really nice to see that layout. Very easy to use, of course. We have the electronic parking brake just behind that, along with the auto hold. You'll see two cup holders on the right side. And then working our way to this armrest now, we'll just push the button up front. We can open this up, and you'll see there's a good amount of storage space for any items you have to place there. And then working our way to the glove box now, plenty of room for all of that information. We'll take one last look at these black leather seats. And then, as I mentioned earlier, this does have a full panoramic sunroof, so I can use that control there to open this up, and it goes all the way to the back seats, providing a lot of lighting. You'll also notice you can open up the sunroof with that same control. And up top, we also have the dome lights. So jumping into the back seats now for the Tucson, I'm gonna start off with the amount of room that I have. At 5'10", you can see there is a lot of space. I have the front seat set at my height, plenty of room for my feet and my knees, and I have around 2 or 3 inches above my head. These seats also recline as well. So this one is all the way up right now, and I can go all the way back to here, just giving you a lot more comfort. So you could be in the back seats for a long period of time. You'll see there's 2 air vents right in the center, along with 2 USB ports, so you can charge your electronics. We have a little bit of storage space. Really nice door panel, as you saw up front. We even have the heated seat controls for the back seats. So this does have heated rear seats, which is very rare to see. Good amount of storage space in the lower section too. And then you'll also notice right in the middle, we have an armrest along with 2 cup holders if you need to use it. And these back seats also have a 60-40 split. So you can use that same control over on the side that we use to recline the seat to bring that all the way down and lock it into place. So when you do that with all of these seats, obviously that gives you a lot more practicality and a lot more rear storage. And last up for the Tucson, we'll go ahead and take a look at the rear trunk storage space. So I'm just gonna use the button on the key fob, or you can use the one that's located on the bottom side of the liftgate. And you'll see with the back seats up, we have a lot of storage space, very nice flat surface. There's some tie down hooks too, so you can safely secure any items. And then you can actually fold the back seats from the rear end here. So I can pull on this tab for the passenger side, same thing for the driver's side. And with both of those down, you'll see there's a lot of space. So you can use this for anything that you need to put in the back. It's very practical. You'll also notice over on the driver's side, we have a 12 volt. And there's this removable cover, so if you need that, you can use it, or of course take it out of the way if you have larger items. And up underneath the floor, you will see the spare tire with a little bit of storage space if you need to put any items down there. And then being the power liftgate, we can push this button up top and it will automatically close. All right, so getting the all-new 2022 Hyundai Tucson out on the road now. This has been a very cool SUV to check out, and I love for the price point, this has a lot of premium materials, features, and technology that much more expensive cars would have. We have all of the blind spot, the lane departure, all of that technology, which is awesome to see, but we also have both of these digital screens with a lot of tech. It's very easy to go through, but at the same time, it's really cool that we have all this in this model. Really nice interior as well with all the leather that you see. We have heated and ventilated seats, even heated seats for your rear passengers, which is awesome to see. So I love this interior and what this model has to offer for this price point. But moving on now to what it's like to drive this, I'll give it a little bit of gas in normal mode here. And it takes just a little bit to get up and moving, but if we put it into sport mode now, where you'll see the gauge cluster change, and it actually shows some carbon fiber-like material, which is really nice to see. You can feel that throttle response is much quicker, so I like how if you want to have a little bit more sporty drive in this, you can do that with the different driving modes. And then obviously we have smart mode, so if you want to be a little bit more economical in your drive, you can use that too. This is a perfect time to talk about the 3D camera system. Hopefully that other camera can see that. And then when you put it in drive, you can actually see both tires and what's around you. So if there's a curb on one side, you can have a great visibility. So I love that camera system. And then talking about normal visibility, for a smaller size SUV like this, it's really easy to see all around. We have a large back glass there. Even though it has a good rake to it from the exterior, I can look over both my shoulders and easily see around. And then I love the practicality of the Tucson. While it's a little bit on the smaller side for the SUV market, we have a lot of room, plenty of room. As you saw, I could fit in the back seats there. And then even with the rear storage space and putting down the seats, very practical to put in any normal daily driving items that you'd have to. And I love the layout. I love the materials. As I mentioned, we have a great center screen here. Not a whole lot of buttons going on either. So it makes it very easy to learn this system and go through all of that tech. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for my walk around review and test drive, getting this 2022 Hyundai Tucson Limited out on the road. Once again, a huge shout out to Lake Norman Hyundai for providing this vehicle for me today. Make sure you check out their website. That link is down in the description. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button if you'd like to stay up to date on our daily uploads. And I'll see you in the next video.